Good evening, people. Larson Halleck here. Let's talk about a pet peeve of mine. Some people have questioned why I vehemently refuse to refer to myself as being with any movement or subculture. There's actually quite a few reasons I don't consider myself to be Red Pill or MGTOW or whatever, but today we're discussing one of those reasons in particular, and it's one that I've always had but I've never really discussed until now. If you want to know why I don't like the Red Pill, well, there's several reasons, but here's a big one. It's what the title says. All the categories and dumbass jargon. Please stop over-categorizing everything. You may not know what I'm talking about when I describe it, but once you recognize it, you'll constantly notice examples. Here's an example right here. I mean, what the hell is this? Like Chad, Tad, Brad, Thad, Dad? Do you people listen to yourselves? Do you realize how idiotic you sound? Why must you overcomplicate everything? It's a very simple meme. It compares a nerd to a cool guy, a good thing to a bad thing. You don't need to put all this nonsense into it. Some people will recognize this as an old gripe because it has happened before in the masculine corners of the internet. First, it was with the categorization of different types of men with the Greek alphabet paradigm. There was once a very simple paradigm of alpha, beta, and omega. Best, middle, and worst. The man who rules the roost, the boring average guy in the middle, and the complete chode. Very simple and to the point. But no, then you people came in with your gammas and epsilons and chis and zetas. Once again, stop. The same thing happened with the whole pill thing. At first you had a very simple dichotomy of red and blue pill. One is the ugly truth and the other is sweet little lies. And yes, we're going to ignore what a circle jerk, literally, the whole red pill thing has become, which is the biggest reason why I've never considered myself to be a part of it. But naturally, the nerds had to overcomplicate it with green and black and white and yellow and all the colors of the rainbow. So why is this the case? Why does every type of categorization scheme become wildly overcomplicated when the nerds glom onto it? I have a theory, and I'm going to assume it's completely accurate until somebody comes up with a better one. 1. Whenever you have a relatively new subculture, which this is, subconsciously people automatically start doing intensive in-grouping and out-grouping to differentiate between the cool kids and the uncool kids by coming up with a labyrinthine mass of code words and jargon that the uninitiated don't understand. 2. The other reason I think you people do this so often is because, well, whenever a bunch of people make up a new subculture or idea that categorizes people, all the dorks come running in, and inevitably they all try to claim that they are in the best category. Obviously, nobody wants to be in the lesser category, so you have a bunch of dweebs who refuse to accept that they are in fact a beta or omega male, and thus they have to make up new categories for themselves to avoid being put into the loser category. I'm not a beta, I'm a sigma, yeah. I'm not a Chad, but I am a lad, rather than just admitting that you are in fact the archetypical virgin. Categorization does not need to be any more complicated than it is, and it works pretty damn good now. And considering that more people are in fact willing to consider themselves in the loser category, if the increasing number of sad people building their identities around being an incel is any indication, it seems that at the very least, some people are getting over this. But those busybodies who demand infinite categorization just move on to the concepts of virgin and Chad, I suppose. And to those people, I will reiterate, stop, you sound like a blithering idiot. I'm Larson Halleck, keep on training. And now, a word from our sponsors. Hello, are you a fan of Larson Halleck and the Barbaric Gentleman? Of course you are, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. Would you like to help the channel grow? Would you like to help me out? If so, here's how you can. You can go to patreon.com/LarsonHalleck and join the ranks of these illustrious heroes. You can also go to www.paypal.me/LarsonHalleck to also donate some money. You can also buy my book. The Patreon, the PayPal, and the link to my book are all found in the video description. You can also follow me on Twitter or on Instagram. I no longer advertise my Gab because Gab sucks. Otherwise, enjoy, keep watching the videos, and spread the word.